There is a moment, right before dawn, when the air feels charged, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. In that silence, a voice calls your name, not from outside, but from the space between your thoughts. It says, "Speak to your money." You pause. It sounds strange, almost mystical. But Florence Scovel Shinn once said, "Your word is your wand." Every syllable carries magnetic power. Every phrase you repeat builds a bridge between what you desire and what already belongs to you. Money is not cold paper. It is a living current, a river of divine intelligence waiting for direction. When you whisper to it, it listens. When you ignore it, it sleeps. Take a dollar bill, smooth it gently in your palm. Feel the ink, the texture, the pulse beneath the paper. Now say softly, "You are welcome here." The moment you do, something invisible shifts. A portal opens between your belief and the realm of form. You are not watching this by accident. The timing is precise. The universe never misses. You were led here because a hidden part of you is ready to remember who you truly are, the source, not the seeker. Somewhere deep within, you already know that money is simply condensed energy waiting for your permission to flow. Think of all the nights you stared at the numbers in your account, your chest tight, your breath short, rent due, cards maxed, groceries unpaid. You whispered, "Please, just enough." And the universe, kind but literal, gave you just enough. But what if tonight you shift the command? What if your words begin to carry power again? Take a coin, any coin. Feel its cool surface. This is not a piece of metal. It is a messenger. As you hold it, imagine it glowing faintly, responding to your touch. Whisper again, "You belong to a current of endless return." Because money, like the tide, always finds its way back to where it is loved without fear. Now breathe in slowly. Exhale through your mouth. Feel your heart aligning with the rhythm of giving and receiving. You are the doorway through which wealth enters this world. You are not separate from it. The idea of scarcity was taught, not born. So tonight, let your word become law. Declare without hesitation, "I am one with divine supply." Money flows because I speak with faith. If these words move something in you, write 3 words below to seal your intention. "I receive abundance." Comment them, speak them, let the algorithm of spirit find you again. This is not a video. It is a mirror. And every time you replay it, you tune your vibration closer to the original design, one where wealth is natural, effortless, and sacred. Hold your dollar now. Speak once more clearly, "You are my ally." The current has heard you. Stay with me. The next moment will show you how the universe begins to answer back. You know the sound, the low hum of worry at night when the numbers won't leave your mind. Rent due in 3 days. Card balance rising. A message from the bank, insufficient funds. It isn't just paper or digits. It's the heavy chain of fear pulling against your chest. You tell yourself, "I'll never catch up." But Florence Scovel Shinn whispered through time, "Your words are the law of your world." And that means the universe obeys the tone you speak in. Every sigh, every anxious thought, every complaint is still a command. Picture yourself standing in a river made of coins. The current rushes around you, but you clutch a single dollar as if it were the last. The tighter you hold, the less it moves. The river slows, turns still. That's what fear does. It freezes the flow. Yet the secret is not to chase money. It is to speak to it, to treat it as a trusted friend returning home. There was a woman named Elise. She was drowning in late payments, exhausted from trying. One night, She heard these very words and chose to test them. She placed a single coin in a glass of water beside her bed and whispered, "I bless you, multiply and return." The next morning, a client she hadn't heard from in months paid an overdue invoice, the exact amount she needed to breathe again. Coincidence or code recognized by the divine? The truth is simple, sacred, and hard to accept. Money does not come from labor alone. It comes from alignment, from speaking life into what you once cursed. Every time you say, "I can't afford," you shut a gate. Every time you say, "Money finds me easily," you open one. Words sculpt energy, and energy becomes matter. So hold your dollar again. Feel the weight of it, light yet solid. This is not a bill. It's an echo of your belief. Whisper slowly. You move where I send you. You return with friends. Watch what happens when you stop begging and start commanding. Remember, this moment found you because your spirit was calling for relief. Not from numbers, but from the story attached to them. You have mistaken survival for scarcity, and tonight that illusion ends. The body remembers poverty like a wound, but the soul remembers abundance like a birthright. You are not asking for wealth. You are remembering it. Let the memory return. Now breathe again, long, deep, complete. Say aloud, "Wealth flows. Dollars come. Abundance is mine." Repeat it until the words sound like heartbeat, until your room hums with vibration. If you feel that tiny spark in your chest, it is the current waking up again. The river is moving. The silence around your finances is breaking. We are only at the surface of this mystery. The next moment will reveal the language the universe uses to answer. Stay with me. The universe never speaks in words. It speaks in reflections. When you speak to your money, you are not talking to paper. You are sending vibration into the field that holds all possibilities. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that life is a game of spoken law. Neville Goddard called it the assumption made real. Both pointed to the same truth. The world echoes what you whisper when no one hears. Close your eyes. Picture a single dollar floating in still water. The surface ripples carrying your intention outward like waves. You do not chase the ripple. You trust it to reach the shore. That is how manifestation works. The physical money is not the source. It is the reflection of what you have already declared to be true. A man named Raphael once wrote, "I was terrified of losing my apartment. Bills stacked like walls. I tried this ritual only because I had nothing left to lose." He placed $1 under his pillow, whispered, "You return multiplied." 48 hours later, his landlord called. An error in the accounting system had credited his payment twice. The debt vanished. Logic said impossible. Spirit said exact. Money is precise energy. It obeys faith, not fear. When you speak to it with reverence, it reorganizes reality to match the tone of your belief. The note in your hand is both symbol and servant. Treat it as sacred text. Whisper to it the way ancient priests whispered prayers over oil and bread. You are anointing prosperity back into motion. Now, imagine each word leaving your mouth as golden light. It moves through your home, your wallet, your phone balance, your digital accounts. Every zero becomes a gate. Every number becomes a frequency. The unseen listens carefully. You may wonder, but why does it work for some and not for me? Because doubt interrupts the signal. Fear is static. Gratitude is clarity. That's the only difference. The universe is not testing you. It is translating you. It takes the emotion behind your words and turns it into form. So speak now with gentleness and certainty. Money is my student, and I am its calm teacher. Say it once more. Feel how the air changes. Your body will recognize the power before your mind does. In this sacred economy, time bends. What you speak tonight might appear tomorrow, or the next, or in 48 hours. But it always arrives exactly when your faith becomes louder than your fear. You are not begging life to rescue you. You are reminding life that you and it are one system, giver and receiver in the same breath. Hold that awareness. Keep your coin near your heart. Whisper gratitude, even before results appear. The mirror is clearing. The reflection is forming. We are not finished yet. Every breath you take is proof that giving and receiving are the same act. Inhale, receive life. Exhale, release it. Prosperity follows this rhythm too. Money is the oxygen of the physical world. It must circulate, not stagnate. Florence Scovel Shinn called it the divine flow. The moment you fear to give, you signal the universe that you no longer trust its circulation. Yet when you bless every coin that leaves your hand, you ignite an invisible current that rushes back multiplied. Imagine holding a dollar bill between your fingers. Look at it as if it were alive, because it is. Someone once used this same note to buy bread for their child. Someone else earned it in gratitude. Now it's here, waiting for you to tell it where to go next. Whisper gently, go out with purpose and return with joy. The bill vibrates with command. You have just engaged in sacred exchange. There was a man named Jonah. He had only $20 left before payday. He feared the emptiness of his wallet, yet something within whispered, give from faith, not fear. He placed $5 into an envelope and wrote on it, thank you for abundance, already mine. Within 2 days, his supervisor called to inform him of an unexpected performance bonus. The amount, exactly 100 times what he had given. Coincidence is merely the name logic gives to miracles it cannot measure. The law is ancient and merciful. What you release in love cannot diminish you. When you pay a bill, bless it. When you buy food, bless the exchange. Each transaction is a prayer disguised as routine. The hands that count your payment also receive the vibration you send. If you radiate resentment, you multiply lack. If you radiate gratitude, you multiply wealth. Hold your coin again. Feel its coolness warming under your fingers. That warmth is proof of movement, energy transferring from thought into matter. Say softly, every dollar I spend blesses the world and returns to me increased. Say it as many times as you breathe. You are not practicing superstition. You are practicing awareness. The coin, the bill, the sound of your voice, all are instruments of one orchestra called creation. Each note you play adds harmony to the melody of your life. And when fear tries to interrupt, remember, doubt is only faith turned backward. Flip it again. Speak life. You may notice small signs soon. An extra tip, a forgotten refund, a message of opportunity. Do not dismiss them as luck. They are confirmations. The sacred exchange is now awake in you. Let us continue. There is no such thing as delay in divine mathematics. Every answered prayer arrives on schedule, never a minute early, never a second late. You have been taught to measure time by calendars and clocks, but spiritual time follows the rhythm of readiness. Florence Scovel Shinn said, nothing stands between man and his highest good but doubt and fear. The universe does not withhold, it synchronizes. Picture a golden clock with no numbers, only light pulsing at its center. That is how money moves, by alignment, not by minutes. When you speak with faith, the clock begins to glow. When you worry, it dims. The lesson is not to force results, but to remain in vibration until the moment of manifestation finds you. Let us revisit a story. Mariah was behind on every payment. She watched this very ritual and felt a quiet voice say, "Stop chasing, start declaring." She took a single dollar, placed it inside a book of affirmations, and spoke aloud, "I live in divine timing. Supply is exact." Within 48 hours, an old employer emailed her about unpaid vacation credits forgotten from years before. The amount covered all her bills. She didn't manifest, she remembered alignment. Money travels through invisible routes. A refund, a gift, a new client, a canceled debt. The channels are infinite, but the law is one. Faith equals frequency. When you speak certainty, you dial the code. Now breathe in. See yourself standing beneath that clock of light. Its hands are rays stretching outward, touching every opportunity meant for you. Whisper with confidence. Never early, never late, always exact. Again, never early, never late, always exact. Let the rhythm settle in your chest. That is the heartbeat of prosperity. If you have waited long, know this: the pause was not punishment. It was preparation. The delay only means the blessing was gathering form, not that it was denied. Each bill, each overdue notice, each anxious night has been part of your initiation. You were learning endurance, not scarcity. And now, you are ready to let time serve you instead of frighten you. Keep the dollar near your heart. When impatience rises, touch it and say, "All unfolds in divine precision." The paper remembers. It vibrates with command. Stay steady for 48 hours. During that sacred window, watch for signs, a message, a number sequence, a sudden idea, a coin on the street. Those are timestamps from the unseen. You are inside the hidden clock now, not outside watching. Time works for you. We are not finished yet. Before wealth appears in the outer world, it must first conquer the invisible kingdom within you. The gates of abundance are not locked from outside. They are guarded by 7 shadows that whisper doubt. Florence Scovel Shinn called them the little foxes that spoil the vines. Let us name them so they lose power. The first is doubt, the quiet question that says, "What if it doesn't work?" Answer it softly. It already is. The second is ridicule, the voice of others laughing at what they fear to understand. Bless them and continue. The third is logic, pretending to protect you. Remind it that miracles begin where calculations end. The fourth is comparison, the thief of gratitude. What another has is proof that you can too. The fifth is impatience, demanding evidence before faith. Whisper, "My proof is my peace." The sixth is the final test, when everything seems to fall apart right before the blessing arrives. Stand still. That is the storm clearing the path. The seventh is fear, the oldest lie. Look at it and say, "You are only the shadow of my own power." These 7 shadows are not enemies, but thresholds. When you walk through them with awareness, they become servants. Take your dollar bill again. Notice how light bends across its surface. It was printed years ago, passed through hundreds of hands, carried stories, tears, victories. Yet it remains intact, proof that energy cannot be destroyed, only redirected. So will your prosperity be. Repeat this mantra until it anchors deep. Wealth is my nature. Prosperity is my destiny. Say it with the authority of one who remembers rather than one who pleads. A man named Omar wrote, "Every time I doubted, I returned to this line. My proof is my peace." Within a week, unexpected money arrived 3 different ways. The 7 shadows had dissolved. He stopped wrestling with life and began conversing with it. Understand this. The universe never punishes, it mirrors. When resistance appears, it is not rejection but reflection. It shows where belief still trembles. Smile at it, breathe, and speak truth louder than fear. Now close your eyes. Imagine each shadow turning transparent until only light remains. You are standing in clarity, surrounded by unseen allies, opportunity flow, gratitude, ease. Hold your coin once more as a reminder that matter obeys consciousness. Whisper, "Every obstacle now serves my wealth." You have just crossed a spiritual border. The old patterns are losing command. The 7 shadows fade behind you. Let us continue. You have crossed through resistance. Now the current must be strengthened. The river of money is open, but it needs rhythm. Just as sound becomes music only when vibration repeats, prosperity becomes stable when gratitude echoes. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the law of increase. Whatever you praise expands. Whatever you criticize contracts. The next step is not asking, it is amplifying. There are 4 sacred amplifiers. The first is water. Place a coin in a clear glass tonight. Water holds memory. It records vibration. Whisper above it, "As this water reflects light, my wealth reflects gratitude." Leave it beside your bed and drink it in the morning. The body becomes the altar. The second is mirror. Tape a dollar bill to your mirror, and every morning, before facing the world, say, "I see wealth because I am wealth." Let your reflection witness authority, not anxiety. The third is circle. Write the names of those who once helped you financially, even in small ways. A friend who paid for coffee, a stranger who shared advice. Draw a circle around the names and say, "I am a giver among givers." That declaration reconnects you to the larger network of flow. The fourth is altar. Choose a place in your home for prosperity to live. It may hold a candle, a dollar bill, a coin, or simply your written affirmation. Each time you walk past, touch it and whisper, "Thank you for finding me again." Repeat this mantra to activate all amplifiers. Wealth is my nature. Prosperity is my destiny. Let it vibrate like a heartbeat, steady and warm. Listen, abundance has a sound. It is the hum in your chest when you bless rather than beg. It is the sigh of relief when you trust before seeing proof. That sound attracts its likeness. A woman named Clara once wrote, "I performed the mirror ritual for 7 days. On the 8th, my employer offered a raise I never requested. He said my confidence had changed the energy of the room. She did not chase wealth, she reflected it. Understand this, the universe multiplies what is celebrated. When you rejoice in another's success, you broadcast readiness for your own. Envy blocks, admiration opens. Now take your coin. Let a drop of water touch it. Feel the coolness. That is the sensation of flow meeting matter. Whisper, multiply in peace. You are not casting spells. You are remembering harmony. Every element around you, earth, air, water, fire, is waiting to cooperate with your faith. The amplifiers are humming now. Their frequency surrounds you. Soon, you will see evidence. Stay with me. When the flow begins to move, the universe sends whispers before it sends waves. The first sign is never a bank alert. It is a coincidence that makes your heart skip. a coin glinting in the streetlight, a stranger mentioning abundance in a casual sentence, a forgotten refund appearing in your email. These are not small things. They are spiritual breadcrumbs guiding you home. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Intuition is the voice of God within." When you notice these signals, you are hearing that voice respond. Do not dismiss the tiny miracles. They are the proof before the proof. Neville Goddard called them the bridge of incidents, a sequence of ordinary events rearranged to fulfill your declaration. The law never fails. It simply unfolds through natural means. A testimony for you. Lucia, a single mother of 2, watched this teaching while her lights were about to be cut. She held one coin, whispered, "You are my messenger." The next morning, she found an envelope under her door from the local church, an anonymous gift card for groceries and bills. 2 days later, a job offer arrived. The sequence was not random. It was reply. The universe loves to answer subtly first. Why? Because subtlety trains perception. When you can recognize abundance in a small coin, you qualify for the larger sums. Gratitude is the key that enlarges capacity. Right now, whisper this aloud. Even before I see it, I praise it. Say it again. Let your tone carry conviction. Every repetition is a spark across invisible circuits, awakening connections you cannot see yet. Take your dollar bill. Look closely at the serial number, a unique code never repeated in the world. That number proves what Florence taught. Divine supply individualizes itself for you. No 2 bills are the same, just as no 2 manifestations are. Hold it and say, "My supply has my name on it." Watch the synchronicities that follow. You might hear your name next to words like bonus, credit, deposit, gift. The field is adjusting to your frequency. Remember also, doubt after the sign is like closing the door after the knock. Keep the door open through celebration. When the smallest blessing appears, say aloud, "This is proof of greater things already on their way." Someone once said miracles are for saints. But prosperity is not a miracle. It is a language. And tonight, you are fluent. Soon, the signals will grow stronger. You may dream of dollar bills, hear music about wealth, or feel calm instead of panic when opening your account. That peace itself is manifestation taking form. The signs are speaking. We are not finished yet. At first, money trickles in like dew, silent, almost shy. Then one day, it arrives as a river, steady and sure. This is the turning point when the invisible becomes visible. You begin to notice that what once terrified you no longer shakes you. The current that once carried others now carries you. Florence Scovel Shinn called this moment demonstration, when inner conviction takes material form. Feel the shift in your own body. The tension around your chest loosens. The anxious heartbeat slows. That calm is not emptiness. It is command. You have spoken, and the universe has obeyed. There was a woman named Hazel who wrote, "After practicing the water ritual for 48 hours, I stopped worrying. I simply blessed every transaction. 2 days later, my bank app showed a mysterious reversal, a payment refunded by error. The amount covered my rent. The world rearranged itself because her vibration changed. The return of the river is never accidental. It appears when you stop treating money as master and start seeing it as mirror. The river does not flow to the lowest, but to the open. When you release resentment and expectation, the channel widens. Take your coin now. Hold it over your heart. Whisper, "I am the source, not the seeker." That sentence ends years of separation. You are not outside looking in. You are the river remembering its path. Close your eyes. See golden water circling your home. Calm, abundant, protective. Each bill, each debt, each goal floats in that light. None are threats. All are currents returning what belongs to you. Now, speak the master mantra. I am a natural receiver. Money always finds me. Say it 3 times, with full breath, letting each repetition root deeper than logic. If you listen carefully, you might sense a quiet hum in the room, the sound of harmony reestablishing itself. That is not imagination. It is resonance. A man named Theo once said, "When I stopped counting coins and started counting blessings, my wallet stopped echoing empty." That is the mathematics of spirit. Gratitude multiplies faster than any interest rate. You are witnessing your new normal. Opportunities no longer chase you. They orbit you. Conversations about money feel lighter. Bills arrive but leave quickly, like guests who know they are welcome but not needed. This is the return, the proof that faith was never wasted. Every word you spoke has built this moment. You have changed frequency and therefore fate. Still, there is one final seal to place, the closing of the ritual that locks prosperity into permanence. Stay with me. The ritual is almost complete. You have spoken to your money, faced your fears, and felt the current turn towards you. Now comes the sacred closure, the seal that fixes your vibration so wealth can no longer drift away. Florence Scovel Shinn called it the word of finality. Once spoken, it cannot be revoked. Sit quietly. The world outside can wait. In your hand, hold either a coin or a dollar bill. Look at it as if you were seeing it for the first time. Notice the lines, the ink, the light playing over its surface. This is not currency, it is covenant. It represents the agreement between you and the universe that you will honor the flow, never the fear. Whisper slowly, "It is finished, it is done, and it cannot be otherwise." Again, "It is finished, it is done, and it cannot be otherwise." A third time, with authority, "It is finished, it is done, and it cannot be otherwise." As you repeat, imagine golden threads connecting every financial situation in your life. Debts, dreams, obligations, desires, all pulling into alignment. The energy around them softens. The numbers lose their edge. What once felt like walls now becomes open corridors of possibility. Breathe deeply. You are no longer asking. You are remembering. You are no longer seeking. You are standing. The universe understands certainty. When you say, "It is finished," creation stops searching for proof and begins performing the command. Now, declare your new identity aloud. I am a natural receiver. Money always finds me. Feel how these words fit you perfectly, like a garment woven of peace. This is who you are now, calm, magnetic, assured. A final testimony. Naomi wrote, after sealing the ritual, "I released every worry. Within 48 hours, my cousin repaid an old loan I had already forgotten. The exact words echoed in my mind. It is done." The seal works because it tells the universe the conversation is complete. Before you close your eyes tonight, place your coin near the window so moonlight can touch it. Whisper gratitude into the night air. Gratitude, not for money alone, but for awareness. You are awake now to the truth that wealth was never outside of you. If this message stirred faith within you, anchor it publicly. Comment below your testimony when it arrives. Speak so others may witness. Give thanks through super thanks or join as a member of this circle of light. Your voice completes the chain of giving and receiving. Now rest your hands over your heart and breathe once more. The current is steady. The covenant is sealed. It is finished. It is done. And it cannot be otherwise. And so it is.